There are key moments in our lives that we often document either in videos or in albums. And I do have such key moment that I want to document through this video today. And if you want to hear more about this key moment in my life, stay tuned to hear what we have in store for you. And welcome to my channel. I am Beha and thank you for joining in. As always, a shout out to all those that have subscribed. I really appreciate it. And if you're new here, please do consider to subscribe as well. We want to grow our community. Our target is still, for now, 1,000 subscribers by the first week of December. Yes, we are having a session time after a very long time. Yes, so we just have to relax. I'm relaxed as we venture in or we dive into this session time today. I like session times because when session times, it's more relaxed. It's more relaxed. I talk in a relaxed manner, and I hope that you're also relaxed. So, what is this key date in my life? I started working, that was in 2011. In actual fact, I was employed by the Ministry of Health in 2011, and that was in November the 9th. So tomorrow, that will be the 9th of 11, marks my 10 years as a public servant. We call them public servants here in Botswana. And as I reflect back, it has been a journey. It has been a journey. Starting from fresh, maybe I just have to rewind that I did my primary school in Maung, that was in the Swateva Primary School, and that is in Maung area. And I went to do my junior school in Popahano, P Squared, and that was in Sepopa. And senior school, I went to Hansi Senior School, and that is in Hansi, and I went to do my tertiary in Cape Town, that is Cape Peninsula University of Technology. So following my graduation, I was employed temporarily and in a stadium, and after that, I then joined the ministry in the lab. I'm a lab scientist by profession, and I've been with the ministry for 10 years. So education-wise, I got my, like I mentioned earlier, my tertiary education that was in CPUT. I did my diploma and degree there, and I furthered my education, that is with UNISA, doing an MSc in Life Sciences. And yes, it's been a journey. By the way, because it's session time, yes. In terms of education, this my other video here where I mention on about business opportunities, and they I point out that sometimes we don't have to have the mentality of saying that the government should be, being the one doing each and everything. So the point that I'm trying to put across is for my masters, I had to pay my way through masters. So just to encourage someone there who might be contemplating on going to school but finding it difficult to get scholarship from the government. It wasn't as expensive, but it was pricey, but not as expensive. And that was with UNISA. If you believe in it, go for it. Go for it. Invest. Remember, investing in your education, and there's nothing that is more important than you investing in yourself. Yes, that was my academic background. And have been in tuberculosis lab. I work in TB, tuberculosis lab. Yes, so I kind of, for this whole entire 10 years, I've been in TB, that's tuberculosis lab. So I kind of drink TB. If I'm sleeping and you wake me up with a TB question, I'm sure I can give you one or two answers because it's now on my fingertips. I'm not an expert yet, but I think I can teach it. Working that is in the ministry, my work ethic was very poor, honestly speaking. Because I'm from tertiary, and then you are thrown into this work environment where you're expected to be all of a sudden professional. I wasn't professional. I remember this what we do in my line of work as we chart temperatures, kind of monitoring the environment. So it's something that is important if you know the effects that it can have, it can cause in terms of the reagents that you put in machines as well as the samples that you're processing. So it's something that I don't even know that I should be saying this, but get to encourage one or two people. I wasn't really as consistent in doing it. But of course, I had colleagues that have been in the system and they appreciated the system, and they will often cover me. So work ethic, it wasn't as good. It wasn't as good when I started. Yeah, but I think there is some improvements. There is some improvements now. Obviously, I've grown and I've appreciated the system that is set, for work. Yes. So when I reflect on my 10 years, I'll say that, in work setting, you work with different people, different people, a different attitude, different character. It's just like it's a plate of, it's a buffet, if I may say that, choose what you want. But the beauty again about it, you tend to learn from your colleagues. That is very, very important because sometimes we tend to just look at the negatives in the work environment. But for this video, I'll just look at the positive, um, yeah, as a positives from positive things that I learned from my colleagues. I think one of the things that I really, really admired in one of my colleagues, obviously, it was their work ethic. Remember, I said, what I wasn't really as good, but you had these people that are still very dedicated in terms of work, and people that can bend their back to ensure that work is done. And for such people and such character in workplaces, we really appreciate you. Sometimes we don't say it, but truth be told, we really appreciate the work. Maybe I just have to mention one of the guys here because I know he has subscribed. That is Mr. Kwaramba. The positive Mr. Kwaramba is his work ethic is top notch. You give him a task, he will go beyond the call of duty to really ensure that that task is done. And for guys like that, we learn from them. I'll say, Mr. Kwaramba, keep it up. And after 10 years working, you also get more responsibilities, not only work-wise, but also family-wise, And and so you wish, it's just normal to wish that you be somehow promoted. I wish my boss can promote me now. Yes. So you wish to be promoted, and you tend to look at those that are in managerial posts, see how they work, how they deal with subordinates. And I have just one particular manager that really I admire. I like how she retains her composure even under pressure. And to that manager, I appreciate the work that you have put across. And I won't say the name. Yes, but I'll tell her to watch the video. Yes. And the other thing that when I'm reflecting what I like about my work is, there are few people that really enjoy what they do. Truth be told, I enjoy what I do. I love I love working in the lab. I love I love working with a sample. I just love, you can have sometimes where a client calls you to just inquire about a certain sample. I just like taking them through, through the processes, and and sometimes you might not the client is calling, but it's not really understanding the lab processes. So, and when you explain the lab processes, they tend to appreciate. I just like that. I love my job. I love my job. But it's not to say that I want to work for forever and ever. 10 years is just a long, long time serving, being a public servant. Yes, 10 years is just too long. But I'm one of the few people that really love their job. What I wish, uh, what I wish was really and our land of work, especially in countries such as Botswana, is more of research, because I love research. I think I have this inquisitive mind, and I like knowing stuff. You know what I mean? I don't like the thing with my line of work. Routine can become monotonous. But if you do routine and have an inquisitive mind, that becomes your job even more pleasurable to do. So what I wish we could do better is have a lot of research, have facilities that just designed to do research. We've seen how COVID really unmasked our nakedness in terms of research as a country. So that's just one area that I wish we were really working more on it, and publishing papers. Yeah, yeah, that's my wish. My academic journey, I don't believe that it has stopped with an MSc. I still have dreams. And there are a lot of professors outside, and there's really nothing stopping us from being professors. It's just work. It's just putting more work, and be deliberate about it. And there's actually nothing stopping us to actually win the Nobel Prize. Yeah, it's just we just need to really work. The more you work, the more benefits that you reap from this line of work. You might not see the fruits now, but truth be told, you'll be planting seeds, and maybe in 10, 15 years, when you look back, you will realize, well, okay, that is the seed there that was planted. So what I wish I knew when I started was or what I wish I did vigorously will be ensuring that I speed up my qualification, my getting of other qualifications, the MSc that was in 2017, and now kind of I have delayed in getting a PhD. So I wish that I can spearhead that, and by documenting here, I'm just putting myself on the spotlight so that I can really work hard in achieving that, and hoping that by saying that, I'll motivate one or two people to also follow suit. And the thing is, we're here. I mean, we're here in terms of if you are interested in doing research, if you want to know how to go about it. Some of us we have the little experience. Sharing is caring. So just drop that in the comment section, and we can hook up and see how best we can be of help to you. So I haven't really contributed much in my line of work, unfortunately, but I do have a paper that was published. Yes, that was an operational research, and yeah, I do have Yeah, I was I have co-authored some of the papers and yes, but honestly, there's more that we can do, especially in my field, because we have data that is there, and what we just need is just to analyze it and publish. Because publishing, we have people that are willing to assess, like the University of Botswana. Now we have BUSed. It's just a matter of coming together and then, writing down the proposal, submitting to the ministry, and when that is done, pinning down the paper. It's not as difficult. It's just once again determination and actually the telling yourself that you will do it. Yes, I wish I could have done more. 10 years should equal at least a minimum of 10 papers, but unfortunately, it's only one. So as I encourage myself, I'm also encouraging you to pin down, do write papers, so that you know they sometimes the like I mentioned, you don't see the fruits now, but in future you will see the fruits. So yes, as I reflect, I think that's one area that I really need to work on. Yeah, I want to, maybe when I reflect, like I don't know where I'll be in 10 years, but I'm hoping that I'll have more papers under my belt than anything else, and probably a professorship. Yeah, we dream big. For you to be a qualified lab scientist or lab tech in Botswana, you need to have done your what I did for me was biomedical technology. Some countries call it biomedical sciences, and some countries call it medical lab. So you need to have done either diploma and a degree, and either a diploma or a degree. And then obviously you need to also register with, we call it BHPC here. They do have a website that you can visit to see all the documents. Yeah. And yes, I won't talk about money. I won't talk about money, but money, whether it's a lot or as small, is relative. Yeah. But what is more important is you need to be able to plan your way through the little monies or the larger monies that you have. Yeah. And the other thing is, in my line of work, you can have a private practice, a lab that you do all the testing that is needed to be done, which is good on our side. And the problem is, we have few individuals that have ventured in the private sector. But few is good for business, but it's not to say that the market is saturated. If you so wish to have a private practice in my field, you can do that. You just need to apply with the ministry, and the process doesn't take long. You just need to implement. That's the problem. Sometimes we all wish to have maybe private labs, but implementation is often one thing that stops us. So it's a hassle-free process really to have all your own lab. Yeah, and but what you need to also factor in is maybe the budget in terms of buying the piece of equipment, because they are kind of pricey. But hey, where there's a will, there's a way. As I end this video, I saw it befitting that I be in a lab coat. And once again, I just want to take this opportunity and actually thank the government for according me the opportunity to serve the public for the past 10 years. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and see you in my next video.